Our goal this year is to have the most successful year of math possible. And the first thing to realize is that you're not going at it alone. All of you are part of a strong team who's going to be supporting you all throughout the year. Your teacher, of course, is on your team. Your parents are on your team. If you have siblings or other family members, they're important parts of your team. Some of you have other helpers, such as a tutor or other people who you may work with during the school day or outside of the school day. Your classmates are some of your most important teammates because they're the one you're going to be learning with and helping all throughout the year. The assessments that we use are scored on a 4-point scale. The goal is a 3 because that means you're meeting expectations. 4 means you're exceeding expectations. So if your score is a 1, next time we're trying to move up to a 2. If you're getting a 2, you're trying to move up to a 3. If you're getting 3s, your goal is to move up to a 4. Continuous improvement is always something that we are shooting for. In the room, you'll be doing most of your learning either on the rug, which you see on the left, that is your smiling face in red, and then after the lessons, which you do on the rug, you'll be doing your problem sets, your quizzes, your assessments at your desk. After school, you may be doing your work at home. Some of you might stay at school and do after school care. Some of you might go to some type of tutoring center or enrichment center. It's really important to understand all the different steps that are required to be very successful in math. Every day we start with our lesson in the morning, and we want to learn as much as we can, ask for help when we need it, pay great attention, soak up as much of the learning as possible. Then we move back to our seats to do our problem set. That's where we practice the skills that we're learning. And again, we want to be paying great attention to what we're doing, asking for help when we need it, because it's perfectly natural to become confused sometimes, but we don't want to stay confused. We want to speak up, advocate for ourselves, get the help that we need. At the end of the period before recess, we always check our problem sets. That's another great chance to ask questions and become clear about things that might have been confusing. At home, before starting homework, it's great to prep or prepare for your homework. You can talk with a family member, talk with an adult about the directions, make sure that everything is clear, and then you want to do your homework as independently as possible. Afterwards, it's great if you could check what you did with somebody at home, probably the same person that you prepped with. The next morning, we will go over the homework, and definitely you want to speak up if you still have questions about any of the material from the other day. That cycle starts over again with the next day's lesson. So we want to be aware of all of these steps that are so important in our learning so that we can take advantage of each and every one of them. In order to be successful, we want to use our time well. That's what the clock means up at the top. We want to be thinking about our math. That's what the thinking bubble shows. We want to show up at school with a lot of drive and energy. That's what the car shows. The lightning bolt represents the passion and enthusiasm that we want to bring to our math, because if you enjoy it and you're looking forward to it, then you're going to do better with it. And then finally, as I said before, you want to raise your hand as much as you need so that if you're confused, you can become clear about anything that might be tricky. The ultimate message is this: success is in your hands.